is in the shadows. Le sacrifice que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi. When you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
U-Sports on CBC, presented by U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Veriburn Medical Supply, Les Bagues Baron Rings, et par and by BioSteel.
Now, here are the starters for today's contest.
Welcome to U-Sports on CBC and the 2025 U-Sports Men's Soccer Championship. My name is Desmond Thomas, live at Varsity Stadium in Toronto, Ontario, as we get set to bring you today's matchup between the 5th-seeded and AUS runners-up Cape Breton University Capers and the 1-seed hosts and OUA champion Toronto Varsity Blues. The Cape Breton Capers coming off of an AUS playoff campaign that saw them fall 3-2 in dramatic fashion to the Dow Tigers, dropping a heartbreaking 2-1 defeat to the Mount Royal Cougars yesterday in their quarter-final game. The Cougars, Chanan Chanda, scoring the go-ahead goal with only 6 minutes left in regulation time. And the host team, Varsity Blues, off their 51st OUA championship win, took part in an all-time classic yesterday evening in front of a packed house against the 8th-seed UQTR Patriot. The teams exchanged blows in the 2nd, 25th, 41st, and 57th minutes, but as the game went to extra time, it was the substitute, Mohamed Ndai, to break the deadlock and turn the blue hearts to the Toronto faithful black. The teams will now play for a chance to finish 5th in the 2025 U-Sports Men's Soccer Championship. So a couple players to watch in this game. Cape Breton University Capers, the number 2, Max Peepgrass, the captain of the Capers squad out of Calgary, Alberta. Always such a dynamic presence on the pitch. And for the University of Toronto Varsity Blues, Michael Osorio not in the starting lineup tonight for Toronto, but will surely make his presence known from the bench. So when we come back, it's the opening kickoff as the Cape Breton University Capers take on the Toronto Varsity Blues in this consolation semifinal. You're watching U-Sports on CBC.
The stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Feel
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
Délaney, territoire du Nord-Ouest. Le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine, parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to U Sports on CBC. I'm Desmond Thomas, live at Varsity Stadium as we take a look at the head-to-head between the Toronto Varsity Blues and the Cape Breton University Capers. In the regular season, the Toronto Varsity Blues and the Cape Breton Capers both only dropping one game, one loss in the regular season, but two different stories in the playoffs. The University of Toronto Varsity Blues, the OUA champions, and the Capers 1-1 in the AUS postseason as the runners-up. And the goals scored 42 for Toronto and the Capers 24, so a huge margin there. As these two teams now set out on the pitch, and the Toronto Varsity Blues involved in a classic affair yesterday against the 8th seed UQTR Patriots. They dropped that decision 3-2. That loss for Toronto. The goal scorers were Michael Osorio, who is not in the starting lineup this afternoon for Ilya Orlov's squad, and Jordan Gray. The assists went to Russell Stewart and Toby Richardson. And on the other side, the Cape Breton University Capers, a 2-1 defeat at the hands of the Mountain Royal Cougars yesterday afternoon. The lone goal scorer in that game, a beautiful finish into the bottom left corner from Amadou Bayo. So two new goalkeepers between the pipes for both teams today. We'll get more on that as the game goes on, and we're underway in the consolation semifinal between the Toronto Varsity Blues and the Cape Breton University Capers. The Blues faithful packed the house yesterday, but UQTR had quite a contingent from Trois-Rivières in attendance as well. The Varsity Blues supporters had a drum line out. It's a bit more of a sparse crowd now that their team will not have a shot at claiming a gold medal or a medal at all in this tournament. The 1 seed Varsity Blues now can finish best at 5. As that heads out to touch. To take the throw in for the Capers will be number 12, Ronan Wright, drawing into the lineup for Dina Morley's squad today. Oh, past Sharon Brand, and now it'll be reset. Up on the far wing, CBU in control at center. And Quinton Chung will be called on the foul in the midfield. Take another look at that here as Chung just gets the arm in a little bit, and as they continue to jostle, Johan Hebert just pulled off stride. Nikolai Schoenbrand, number 19, will play up top for the Capers in this afternoon's affair. The third year. Appeared in 11 games this season, 1 goal to show for it. And a 30-year career for Cape Breton. 30 games, pardon me, not 30 years. One-touch passing through the midfield doesn't work out, as that ball is stolen back by Skirty. Far side of the pitch. U of T in possession here. Up is Hallam. Hallam at the top tests the goaltender of the Cape Breton University Capers, Luca Palaja. Between the posts this afternoon. The first year from Dorchester, Ontario. Appeared in 4 games throughout the regular season. Didn't play in the playoffs. His last start, a 3-0 win against Matt Allison on October the 18th. Now up through the midfield. Here's Ryan Wadden. And a long ball headed away by Thomas El Wahab. It'll be reset with Palaja. Good pressure at Palaja. Calmly able to play that away, and it's regathered by Quinton Chung. Sent all the way back to Charles Dunvito. The goaltender of choice says that's a foul in the midfield to be called on Jocelyn Ferry. Now into the 18-yard box. U of T threatening here. And that goes past the touchline, and Palaja unable to save that corner. So first real threatening chance of the game coming up here for the Varsity Blues. Corners in U Sports so dangerous. As it's whipped in and out to claim it is Palaja. And now he'll try to urge his troops forward. Distributes over to the far side. Turpin. And now out to touch again for another Capers throw. To be taken by Jack Turpin. And now switch to the near side. Here's Wright. Couldn't connect with Goldstein. And now Wright again on the ball. Through the midfield. Laid off by Benjamin. And now swept right back into the 18-yard box. And Sinju Sibopa able to clear the danger there. Good one-touch passing by the Capers. Here's some ping-pong action, but the ball's given away in the midfield by Peepgrass. Played up the near side by Prested, and that will go out to touch. Short, and Goldstein will be able to reset with his goalkeeper Palaja, and now they'll try the far side. Here's Turpin for Benjamin in the midfield, lays that off neatly. Got to turn quick with it, and now Wright on the ball here. Right to the top of the box, and that'll fall into the hands of Dunvito. And now U of T pressing up the pitch. Here's Preston, still going on the ball. A couple nice moves there. And now lays it off to the far side. Walking right in is Schifano, who had a penalty stopped in yesterday's game against UQTR. Join U Sports on CBC for wall-to-wall coverage of the beautiful game as the 8 best women's university teams are in Hamilton this week for the U Sports Women's Soccer Championship. Catch every moment of the exciting action from McMaster University. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. Now a contested ball on the far side. And U of T will come up with it. Just as quickly given away. Baines, or rather Turpin. Can't advance that any further, but through the middle, Peepgrass will lay it up. Hebert. No right. Ferry. And back to Turpin. Now through the midfield. CBU trying to move it forward, but a stringent back four for U of T. Will be held fast again. Ngonyu doing good work there. Up on the far side, Andre Schifano looking to connect with that. Now it's back with Peepgrass. Has Wright with a lot of room on the near side. If they can get it to him, his hands in the air now, waving for the ball. Peepgrass elects to keep it on the right side of the pitch. Prested. Past him. Al-Wahab. Back across. Cape Breton Capers have medaled 7 times in the U Sports Championship. Won't have a chance to add to that tally again. And a couple excellent campaigns in 2017 and 2023, their most recent medal. Bronze in 2011, 2019, and 2021, and silver in 2012 and 2018. A wet and windy day here in Toronto as the rain has died down since our first semifinal game of the day, but still pretty windy and slick out there. But now U of T moving it up the pitch. Schifano on the far side. He's dispossessed. They'll play it back to Pelagia, and he clears it back out to the midfield. Turpin plays back, and they'll reset all the way with Pelagia. In his 4 games played, only allowed 3 goals against, made 11 saves on 14 shots in the regular season for the Capers. Here's Al-Wahab. Over on the left flank, bypasses right, and they try to play the 1-2. Goldstein and Wright just a bit off the mark. And now it'll be Baines. I see Baines on the throw-in. And out to touch, and a contested throw. That will go the way of the Capers. Played back by right to El Wahab, and we'll reset in the middle. A bit of a feeling out process here early in the game. No score in the 13th minute between the Capers and the Varsity Blues. Headed down by Sinju Sibopa. And played up to Stefano. But El Wahab there, and he saves the corner and keeps the ball in play. Peepgrass on the far side is dispossessed. And now CBU back in possession. Here's Wright. Here on the left flank. Goldstein, a couple of step overs, watched very closely by Prested. And now a long ball played up. Ngonyu knocks that down. A chance here at the top for Schurenbrand. But he couldn't settle that ball down in time, and now it'll bounce back to Pelagia. And now CBU will switch the field. Here's Wright. Ronan Wright, the first-year defender out of Montreal, Quebec. CBC is your home for the Vanier Cup playoffs. Catch the 2025 UTEC and Mitchell Bowls next Saturday beginning at noon Eastern Time, and the 60th Vanier Cup Championship game from Mosaic Stadium in Regina at 2 p.m. Eastern on November 22nd. Catch complete coverage of the Vanier Cup on CBC Television, CBC Gem, and cbcsports.ca. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. And out for a goal kick for Charles Dunvito, the 6'4" first year out of Milan, Italy. Appeared in 2 games, played 1 full 90 minutes in a 9-0 win at RMC. As that's headed back to Pelagia. Now through the midfield. CBU trying to work it up. 1 touch is on the far side. Out to touch again for a caper throw. Hebert will leave that. It'll be Turpin to take. Back from Hebert. El Wahab. Justin Ferry. The brace on his left knee. Or just some KT tape. El Wahab as the back 4 for CBU seems so fluid. Now Schurenbrand will test from distance. And nothing will come of that, as Charles Dunvito has to head back to pick that ball up. His last start was at Nipissing when he played 18 minutes in relief, allowing no goals in that start either. So in his 2 games played, he's made 4 saves and not allowed a goal. And now he starts in the 2025 U Sports Men's Soccer Consolation Semifinal. Osorio. Oh, right in, and it's into the back of the net. Just touched on neatly. And Andreas Scafano finds the back of the net. Take another look at that here shortly. think that might have gone off of Schifano last. Skirty was there in the vicinity as well. We'll have to follow along with the PA announcement for the official goal reading. But nonetheless, it's 1-0 for U of T. So Schifano did get the last touch to it. And Nicholas Hallam gets the assist. Hallam was the player taken down in the penalty area in last night's game against UQTR, which gave the Varsity Blues the spot kick and an opportunity to lead the game 3-2, but La Charité, the goaltender for the UQTR Patriote, made a great save diving to his left, robbing Schifano, but here he's on the board. And now Sharon Brand cutting to the top of the 18-yard box. Gets taken down, and it will be a corner kick. So we'll just take another look at the goal that was scored. Hallam, that ball in, and then just outside of the boot, flicked on by Andrea Schifano, the 5'10 midfielder out of Palmero, Italy. So CBU, chance off the corner flag. And out to punch it was Dunvito. Didn't get any contact to it, but luckily for him, it does find the far touchline. Sinju Simbopa. As that's punted all the way the length of the pitch. Pelagia, out of his box, will lead it back the other way. Cut off in the midfield. And that bobbling ball, Hebert is able to bring it down. Benjamin on the far side. The ball will come all the way back to Dunvito, and he'll play it out. Al Wahab. Four games played for him this season, and 11 in total in his career. He's got 1 goal on his career. Appeared in just in 1 of the playoff games in the AUS against St. FX. Didn't play against Dalhousie in the final. And a bit of a hesitation by Chung, giving the Capers a chance to respond. And that's zipped past the post. So Charles Dunvito studying civil engineering. He's looking to maintain his clean sheet record with the Toronto Varsity Blues. Long punt up into the middle of the pitch, and it's out to touch. It will be a throw-in. To be taken by Baines. Baines up to Skirty. The throw in here, it will be Baines, looking like he wants to send this one long into the box. A scrum forming in front of the 6. That's flicked on, a chance here perhaps, and headed forward by Sinju Simbopa and claimed by Pelagia. Sinju Simbopa, a kinesiology major out of Toronto, Ontario, in his first year of eligibility. He'll definitely be a target to look for off of any long balls into the box. Here's Wadden. Ryan Wadden, and all the way back And into the midfield from Denvito. And now a run here. Skirty is in alone. Skirty to the left, going wide, and it's just cleared off the goal line. What a play by Justin Ferry. You gotta love it. Justin Ferry selling out to keep it a 1-0 game. Skirty thought he would have had an open net and a sure goal. As he was in, went left again, and Justin Ferry. Absolutely sensational in his first year from Montreal. And now CBU will have to defend another corner. Off the clad, in by Schifano. Schifano will get it right back. Plays it through, parried away. And the rebound is cleared high and up into the air. And will stay in play. That's a lovely touch. Oh, and a little nutmeg on the way past from Chung. Sinju Simbopa. Long ball to the far side. Oh, that's a lovely touch to take it in. And a strike will just sail over top of the bar. That's a great look by Nicholas Hallam on the far flank. So U of T coming close to doubling their lead. If not for the great efforts of Justin Ferry. In the 25th minute of play, there'll be a throw-in on the far side. White will take it. Right in, nearly taken back by Pate. And out to touch again. Another U of T throw. This Varsity Blues squad that was ranked as the first seed coming into this tournament, the OUA champions, looking to finish as high as possible after being knocked out of the championship bracket yesterday against UQTR. The winner of this game will move on to face the UBC Thunderbirds in the consolation final, and we'll step away for a word from one of our sponsors. Turpin off the far side throw-in. And CBU will look to switch the field, but getting to it first is Baines. Oh, that's a lovely back heel by Hebert. Pate. And now Chung. Some room to work with here for Prested. That's chested through. And since it didn't come off the foot of Ferry, Pelagia able to scoop it up and distribute. Turpin. Looks long. Sinju Simbopa trying to hold down the fort back there. Ngonyu, ball at his feet now. Long ball played up, will bounce to Pelagia, top of his 18-yard box. And distribute. Ferry. Now El Wahab. Through the midfield for Goldstein, wearing the captain's armband today in his 5th year of eligibility. With the Cape Breton University Capers out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. 12 games this season for Goldstein. 2 goals to show for it. And a lovely and impressive 60-game career for the Cape Breton Capers. for Matteo Goldstein. That ball out to touch. Another throw in for U of T. Baines. That's Schifano running a route. He'll wave off Preston as well. Preston takes that down, trying to play it away from traffic. Schoenbrand got in the way. Now Goldstein, a couple of step overs, trying to get away from Preston and can't keep it inside the line. Heads out to touch. Another U of T throwing along the near flank. Shot attempts are 7-2 in favor of the Toronto Varsity Blues, as Wright is taken down. And Skirty is going to have a little talking to from the official, Josh Gall, the head referee in this afternoon's matchup. Take a look there, and yeah, just a shove from Skirty, extending the right arm. That's out to touch. Again, another Capers throw, or rather a free kick, one on the far side. Here's El Wahab. Goldstein away from Preston. Ferry, or Peepgrass rather. And now Turpin up into a maze of bodies, and Sinju Simbopa. Oh, that's a heavy collision on the far side. That will go against the Capers. William Benjamin just leaping up, and that's a bit too much for him. And is called on the foul. See that here, just going right over the top of Holland. Al Wahab over to Ronan Wright. He'll have to backtrack. Thomas El Wahab. Now Ferry, who has single-handedly kept it a one-goal game off of a fantastic sliding goal line clearance a couple minutes ago. Here's Schoenbrand. Gathered by Donvito. And Donvito looks set to launch this one into the Toronto sky. And headed back by El Wahab. So the two top teams in Canadian football descend on Mosaic Stadium in Regina for the 60th Vanier Cup, Saturday, November 22nd. Get your tickets for the Party on the Prairies by visiting usportstickets.ca. The 2025 Vanier Cup, November 22nd in Regina. Chase the glory. 30 minutes gone in this contest. And, oh, I don't know about that. And the referee assistant flagging that down. I thought so as well. Pelagia was way too casual, retreating into his box, and he's going to get a red card. Either my colorblind eyes are deceiving me, or Luca Pelagia has been issued a red card, and yes, he has. Oh, what a moment for the first year out of Dorchester, Ontario. Handling the ball outside of the 18-yard box, and he'll be sent off, and that'll be it for him in the 2025 U Sports playoffs. And just a couple inches.
A red card to the Cape Breton Capers goalie, number 33, Luca Palacia.
Carte rouge à
So Jack Harrington will be coming into the game. He's getting his cleats on. And this is a free kick. I believe it'll be an indirect free kick for U of T just outside the penalty area. So the Capers discussing strategy here. It's going to be at least a 5-player wall. That will be maybe 4 yards in front of the 6-yard box. But Harrington forced to come into the game here. In the Capers game yesterday against the Mount Royal Cougars, Harrington 2 goals on 4 shots allowed for him. But through the regular season, CBU this year played 8 games, allowed only 6 goals. They played only 1 game in the 2024 season. Step aside right now for one of our sponsors.
Feel every hit, point, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline. Our passionate team unlocks a world of possibilities with digital broadcasting made simple, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. Proudly Canadian, ISI Live, be there.
So a 5-player wall as Jack Harrington will set it. And the free kick a yard outside the penalty area. And now it's a 6-player wall, as the Capers trying to hold down the fort, as it's Quinton Chung and Andrea Scafano who'll both line up over top of the ball. And it is Scafano, and he rings it off the woodwork. What a strike from him. And maybe a touch to it from Harrington. Well, what a way to come into the game for Jack Harrington. As Scafano, a little stutter step, and then I'm not sure if Harrington got a fingertip to it. He might have, but rattling the woodwork. But it remains a 1-0 game. Scafano that close to 2 in this contest. Ball stays in along the near touchline. Here's Benjamin. Goldstein wins that back to right, a shove in the back from Prested. Al Wahab. So we take another look at that challenge along the sideline, and Prested a forearm shiver into the back of right. Some good footwork there from Chung. And a foul called by the assistant referee on the far side of the pitch against Schoenbrand. And U of T will reset to the near side. Here's Ngonyu. Long ball played through. That'll be chested down by Ferry. He'll get it back from Jack Turpin, the second year out of Paradise, Newfoundland. Appeared in all 12 games for the Capers this season and 2 last year. And Turpin on the first sideline. He'll take all the throw-ins on the right flank. Peepgrass showing short off the throw and has to do some work here to keep the ball. Got it back to El Wahab. And now right. Schönbrand wants to make the run. The ball does stay in momentarily. Benjamin can't keep it in. Moving over from the right flank to the left is Benjamin. That long ball played will be watched out by El Wahab. He'll leave it for Wright. Right into a very heavily marked Benjamin. And even though acrobatically he wasn't able to keep it in, it will be possession to U of T. Hasid Baines will take it. The 5'11" defender in his 4th year out of Richmond, BC. An assist to show for in 7 games played this season for the Varsity Blues. And he's down along the touchline. Back up to his feet. And wearing the captain's armband today for the Varsity Blues. And he chops that forward again. Another throw-in for the Capers, but haven't really been able to advance much out of their own half. And that's a missed play there from Schönbrand and a chance perhaps to counter for U of T. Oh, what a ball into the box. Pate, maybe an opportunity here. And he ran out of room as Joseph Ferry got in the way. And El Wahab knocked off stride. And the ball out, and Pate can't believe it, but it will be a throw-in for the Capers. Right. Looking to find Goldstein. That flick on does find the touchline. Throw in U of T. As we enter the 40th minute of play here at Varsity Stadium, the hometown team up by a goal over the team from Cape Breton in this consolation semifinal. Long ball played up, headed away. And CBU gaining a lot of yards here with their press up the near flank. Shots on goal heavily favored Toronto. As CBU, although they've had 2 shot attempts, haven't been able to hit the net once, as it's 5-0 shots on goal for Toronto. Shot attempts 9-2. Goldstein waits for it to come to him, trying to get away from Schifano. El Wahab, as the Capers look to want to switch the field, and then that long ball from Joseph Ferry to nobody in particular. CBU, if they could have gone a little quicker there to switch the field, they would have had an open right sideline to try to move up, but trying to pump it up through the midfield just gave possession away. Sinju Simbopa for the open Chung. Now Ngonyu. Move it up the near flank. He's got Pate making a run. It's headed away, but falls to Schifano, gets past one, and then Peepgrass plays it over to the near side. Here's Benjamin. CBU hesitant to advance it any further. They'll switch the field through their back 4. Right again on the near side, but his one touch is read and picked off, but Baines unable to hold on to it, and we'll step aside now for a word from one of our sponsors.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Flicked over the top and trying to chip. Jack Harrington is Schifano. That's not how he's going to get his second goal of this afternoon's match. It was a great build-up of play from Skirty, though. Still a 1-0 game. Schoenbrand looked to be offside, and he'll fire that on. And yes, the flag does go up, and his hands are up, but he was a couple yards offside on that attack. And good contact on the volley, and props to Don Vito to make that save, diving to his right. Off the free kick, Don Vito punts that up, taken down on the far side. Hallam trying to bully his way through. Hallam, the ball stays in along the touchline. It'll fall to the near side. Throw in CBU. Into Lillian Benjamin, heavily covered yet again. Schoenbrand had Baines leap over him to head that away, and Schoenbrand really should do better on that, as Baines got over the top of him and was able to make first contact to it, and now he's running onto a ball here, and a couple players sliding clash as Wright and Schoenbrand, or Wright and Baines come together, but thankfully for both of them, nobody got clipped by a cleat, and no knees collided. Another missed pass. And U of T will get the throw in. Baines. To Scafano, his jersey being pulled a bit. Oh! And a bit of a body check there from Skirty, as Wright went flying. Take another look at that here, as a bit of a hip check. Harrington, long punt up the near side, knocked forward by Ngonyu. Shinju Simbopa, and finally pushed forward by Prested. And that's really good from Justin Ferry. Baines to take it again on the near side. Coming to show is Skirty. Now some work to do trying to get past right on the near side. Ball back in the middle, and they get the switch. Pate over to Hallam, and Hallam down to an ease. We've hit the 45-minute mark, and we'll have a minimum of 2 minutes of added time to end the half. And here comes Schoenbrand, fires, and that just skips past the near post. Schoenbrand, only one goal to show for in the regular season. Can't believe he didn't find the back of the net there. Schoenbrand getting past Chung, and then getting Simju Simbopa to fully bite on the turn, and Don Vito wasn't going to be anywhere near that. A couple inches past the post. Now that's headed forward again. And Simju Simbopa punts that up, bravely headed on. Pate. Hallam trying to win that back on the far side. Goldstein can't get back to it for CBU. And now over on the near side. Here's Prested. Prested has an overlapping Baines. And that's a nice play from Skirty. But Scafano unable to get to that. Low punt and a zippy one down the pitch, and Sinju Simbopa able to get good body positioning there. Let it bounce once, and that's a dangerous play to make on slick turf like this, as you have no idea what kind of skip or bounce it will take when the turf is wet like this. It's been raining all day, still misting here in Toronto. Goldstein, or pardon me, Turpin tries to get the clear in. As that will go, it's a touch. The halftime whistle sounds, and these two teams will head to the locker room. The University of Toronto Varsity Blues leading the Cape Breton University Capers by a score of 1-0. The lone goal in the game coming from Andrea Scifano. So after the break, it's the U Sport halftime report. Well, we'll spend time with Joe Mack of the Cape Breton University Capers and Philip Zendelik of the Toronto Varsity Blues. At the end of the half, it's 1-0 for U of T. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Delaney, Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe, no matter where you're from, you've got this.
Unbelievable! History has repeated itself!
Get the stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
Welcome back to U Sports on CBC. I'm Desmond Thomas. After 45 minutes of play, it's the U of T Varsity Blues leading over the Cape Breton Capers, and now it's time to spend 2 minutes with Joe Mack of the Cape Breton Capers.
Great job.
Hi, my name is Joe Mack. I'm from Toronto, Canada. It's my last year here at CBU. I'm studying business, and I'm a midfielder. Just my dad. First memories, I remember just kicking the ball with him in my backyard, and just loved it ever since. I would say I'm a technical player, creative player that likes to get on the ball. I define success by just getting better every day. I look up to my dad. He's my role model. He's just a hard worker, sacrificed so much for me, and just look up to him. Just pushing me every day, helping me when I'm down, and I do the same back. But just being with each other every day, you guys get close and know a lot about each other, so they're a real big help. Like they said, togetherness, our chemistry, I think a winning team starts off the pitch with the culture and the environment that we create, so I'd say our togetherness, yeah. My greatest accomplishment in soccer, I'd say playing against CF Montreal in the Canadian Championship. It's a privilege, it's a blessing, I'm grateful for this opportunity. Look forward to it every day. I enjoy it, it's fun. Being around my teammates every day, training hard, it's fun. Just sharing the pitch with my brothers, enjoying this experience, this environment. Heart of downtown, surrounded by buildings, you see the CN Tower in the background. Just want to play with them.
Le sport en direct sur icitout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles. Des athlètes de grand talent. Des sports de haut niveau. Tout ça sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est simple et gratuit sur icitout.tv.
Delaney, territoire du Nord-Ouest. Le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine, parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Elle revient toujours. Impossible de t'en débarrasser. Nicotine. Si elle entre dans ta vie, elle ne te lâche plus. Même consommée occasionnellement, la nicotine peut provoquer une dépendance.
Welcome back to U Sports on CBC. After the half, the University of Toronto Varsity Blues lead the Cape Breton Capers by a score of 1-0 in this consolation semifinal. And now it's time to spend 2 minutes with Philip Zendelek of the Toronto Varsity Blues.
My name is Philip Zendelek. I'm a first-year student, and I'm a goalkeeper for the Varsity Blues. I got started in soccer as a little kid. I was about 3-4 years old. My parents obviously put me in. My dad played soccer growing up. He was also a goalkeeper, so it kind of inspired me. And I just started playing, and I took over his position when I got older. My style of play is really calm on the ball. I try to encourage my teammates and try to encourage them to work harder and try to get the most out of them on the field. I look up to my parents. They obviously put me into the sport. They did a lot for me growing up. They come to all my games, so really inspiring. And I also look up to my brothers. They support each other, and it's nice, like the bond, the connection we have. So he also plays soccer overseas, so I don't get to see him much. I feel like this season my teammates have helped me become a better person by really helping each other, keep each other accountable. So obviously if someone comes late, we help hold them accountable. We try to make sure everyone's on time, all the stuff is prepared for training, and all the right stuff is in place so we can succeed this season. The keys to our team's success this season has been obviously, I think, the most important organization. From the staff to the players, all the physios, everybody is on the same page. We all put the effort in and try to get our main goal of obviously winning OUAs and then winning nationals. The greatest accomplishment is in my career in soccer, obviously winning OUAs last week was a really big moment for us as a group and personally too. Being a student athlete at the University of Toronto is very enjoyable. I feel like the bond we made as teammates is good. There's a lot of lifelong memories that we've made, and it's overall really fun this season. I think soccer is growing in popularity in Canada because obviously the World Cup's this year coming up in 2026, and there's a lot of different nationalities, different cultures, different people that play, and they all love the sport. It's a very popular sport in the world, so it's nice to see it growing in Canada. We're looking forward to competing this week at the U Sports National Championships, obviously to showcase our talent, to showcase the effort, the hard work we put in all season. It's kind of like the season finale for us, and we always want to go as far as we can. And we think we have the capabilities to do so. We just have to put the effort in and obviously work hard as a team.
Where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated, Ontario University Athletics.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
U-Sports on CBC, presented by U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Faraburn Medical Supply, Les Bag Baron Rings, a par and by BioSteel.
Welcome back to U-Sports on CBC in the campus of the University of Toronto at Varsity Stadium. We'll take a look here at the championship seedings, and well, things are getting a bit mixed up. Here's the Toronto Varsity Blues into the tournament as the 1 seed, and the hosts are now in the consolation semifinal, leading the Cape Breton Capers, who are slotted at 5, Montreal Carabin, and Dalhousie Tigers and Mont Royal Cougars 2, 3, and 4, and the York Lions, who dispatched the Dalhousie Tigers in a 5-1 win at 6. And then UBC at number 7, who'll play for the championship final tomorrow. And the Patriotes de l'UQTR at seed number 8, and they'll have a chance today to compete for a berth in the championship final after a thrilling 3-2 victory over Toronto yesterday. Take a look at some of the staff's stats after halftime. Shot attempts 11-3 in favor of Toronto. Shots on target, much like it was in the Dal game. CBU from the east, no shots on goal. Toronto with 7. Fouls 6-5 for Toronto, and corners 2-1 for Toronto as well. So as these two teams come back out onto the pitch, the Cape Breton Capers perhaps with some renewed vigor. We'll see what head coach Dino Morley had to say in that dressing room in his 11th season coaching the Cape Breton Capers as the head coach. And for Ilya Orlov's squad in his 7th season, can't be too happy with where his team is right now, but should be pleased with their 1-0 lead in this consolation semifinal game. So Luca Pelagia started in goal for the Cape Breton University Capers. Would have been his first playoff start, but he got a red card. We'll take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Nice claim from Pelagia, who will no longer be in the game. And a fantastic run through the middle by Gianluca Skirty, and then Justin Ferry. Play of the game so far for him, and that shot right off of the crossbar from Andreas Scafano. As you saw there, that was Jack Harrington in between the pipes. Moments before, Luca Pelagia, number 33, the goalkeeper, had handled the ball about a half foot, and not even that, outside the penalty area as he was backtracking quickly into the 18-yard box. Picked it up, used his hands, and it was a straight red from official Josh Gall to send him packing and to end his U Sports campaign. An unfortunate way for it to end for him, but CBU did come out unscathed. So number 10, Andreas Scafano, already up to 4 shots in the game. As a couple of substitutes coming in here for CBU. And so into the game for Cape Breton at halftime. We'll get those numbers to you when the substitutions become apparent to us, and we'll follow along with the PA announcers here at Varsity Stadium. But looks to me as Beecher is in, but Jack Harrington out of Ireland has played 8 games in this regular season and had 11 saves on 13 shots against Dal in the AUS playoffs. And we're back underway in the second half as Beecher plays it forward. Beecher, I believe, in for Turpin in the back line for CBU. Take another look at what spilled Hallam here. And the head official having a quick word with Johan Hebert, pardon me. As Hallam reaching for that ball, and nothing wrong with the initial attempt from Joe Mack, but now Hallam. Ball stays in play along the far touchline. Schifano pressured by Beecher and out off Beecher. It'll be a throw in for U of T. So Joe Mack is well into the game for the Cape Breton University Capers in his 5th season of eligibility.
Some substitutions at halftime. For the Varsity Blues, coming in for the Blues is
launching it in is Anthony White. And a foul called against a U of T player in that scrum.
Number 99, Charles Donvito.
So into the game as well for U of T. Charles Donvito's U Sports campaign will also come to an end as he played the first 45 minutes. And Alex Lynn, the goalkeeper from Toronto, Ontario, the hometown boy, will play in this consolation semifinal. What a moment for him. Alex Lynn on home turf, and no games played in the regular season for him, has a chance on the biggest stage in Canadian university soccer. And now that's lifted over the top. Here's Schurenbrand. Schurenbrand fires and forces Lynn to stretch out to his left, and it was always going wide, but Lynn wanted to make sure of that.
Andre Beecher in for number 23,
and
Jack Turpin.
That's a great strike from Schurenbrand. And he's had a couple of excellent opportunities. Of course, he's playing up top as striker today for Dino Morley, but only one goal scored through the regular season for him, but he's had opportunities that would make it seem that he's put quite a few more than that past the goaltenders in the AUS.
Numéro 23, Jack Turpin, remplacé par numéro 24, Andre Beecher. Numéro 12, Roman Wright, remplacé par numéro 6, Nicholas Schifrin. Et numéro 13, remplacé par
so Schifrin also into the game for CBU. As I believe he's replacing Wright. Hebert got past Hallam on the near side. Hebert chops it back. Now onto his left, sifted into the 18-yard box. Off of Goldstein. And so it will result in a goal kick. So Alex Lynn, no games played through the regular season for him, but what a story. He was the champion of EDI award winner for the OUA East. Expanded the Blues BIPOC Variety Association, his impact by leading participation in Black History Month programming, future Black Applicant Day, Indigenous Education Week, and community LGBTQ plus events, and did all this by simultaneously building organizational sustainability through succession planning and increased Indigenous representation in leadership. So Alex Lynn, no games played through the regular season, but gets a chance here, and no better deserving individual than him as the champion of EDI award winner for the OUA East. But his job here to maintain the clean sheet and advance the Blues to the consolation final. White on our near side. Sinju Simbopa. Chested down by Skirty. And now played over the top, but that's knocked away by Beecher. Skirty back on it. And somehow doesn't find the touchline as White will play pitch and catch with Pate. And White will switch the field over to the far side now. Baines plays it off. Chance to cross in here for U of T. And that is headed away from danger by Hebert. The chance for Hallam perhaps at the side of the net, and that clearing attempt straight through the middle will fall right to the top of the box, and the crack from Quinton Chung is up and over the bar. Shot attempts now 12-4 in favor of the Varsity Blues over the Cape Breton Capers, who only scored 24 goals through the regular season, opposed to the 42 from the Varsity Blues. And they'll press here again. Schifano, maybe a chance, and Schifrin will clear that back out to center. Schoenbrand heads it back looking for Peepgrass, but it's taken away from him, and now through. Here's Skirty. Skirty! And down to his left. Harrington makes the save, and then a janitor throw up the far side. Take a look at that last crack as Skirty forcing Harrington to bail out to his left. And now Beecher. Peepgrass. Good turn here. Head up. Join U Sports on CBC for wall-to-wall coverage of the beautiful game as the 8 best women's university teams are in Hamilton this week for the U Sports Women's Soccer Championship. Catch every moment of the exciting action from McMaster University. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. So out to touch, and the 6'2 goalkeeper in his 4th year of eligibility. Alex Lynn will take this, urging everybody up. Not looking to play short in these conditions, as the wind seems to have died down now since the morning. But humidity here in Toronto up in the high 90s. As it feels like 5 degrees right now at Varsity Stadium. And then away from Peepgrass. And now urging Sinju Simbopa up the pitch. And he finds Pate very nicely and keeps it going up the near flank to Hallam. Hallam watched by Beecher, left-footed ball into the box, and down is Harrington. As Schifrin backs off, and Harrington will punt it down the pitch. And pinpoint accuracy, but unfortunately for Schoenbrand, his touch was not what he wanted, and Schoenbrand is down and writhing in pain, but play will continue. CBU in possession. Sinju Simbopa cuts that down. And U of T in possession here. Here's Hallam on the near side. Skirty gets his jersey tugged. Hallam still going. Hallam off the outside of the net. Thought he should have had better there. And Harrington doesn't want to dust it off at all. Gets us back underway. White cuts that down. Watched by Hebert. Schifano. Now Hallam looking to receive this ball on the near side, but the wet turf has it skip away from him. He's somehow able to keep that in on the near sideline. Schifano cuts it across the face of goal. Nearly an own goal. Harrington makes the save, and a back heel is in. What a finish by Skirty. And it's 2-0 here in the consolation semifinal. Gianluca Skirty, the first year out of Toronto, Ontario, was nearly put in by Goldstein. Harrington made an excellent save. And then as Harrington was down on the pitch, Gianluca Skirty didn't want to have to take the time to turn. Thought, you know what, I'll just backheel this in. And had enough time to do it to perfection, and now U of T up by a pair against the AUS runners-up.
Marqueur de la vue pour les Varsity Blues de Toronto, numéro 27, Gianluca Skirty, à la 55e minute.
And the East Coast contingent in this 2025 U Sports Men's Soccer Playoffs seems to be failing. Oh, Schifano! Oh, forcing Harrington down to his left. That would have been something, and Harrington barking at his team, telling them to just wake up, because that's too much time for Schifano. A great ball in and a weird clearance off of Schifrin, then he went tumbling down, and an excellent save from Harrington. It'll be a corner here for the Toronto Varsity Blues, and a high ball near the penalty area, and the jersey was being pulled of Sinju Simbopa as he looks to be the target that the Varsity Blues are aiming for in the box. But Harrington claimed it, and now through is Sharon Brand on the near side. Sharon Brand stops up along the touchline, chips it to the top. Peepgrass fires that on, and it goes through the legs of Sinju Simbopa, but he didn't touch it. So it's out for a goal kick. Still no shots on goal registered by Cape Breton. And 11 for U of T. The OUA champions, their 51st title. They won this year over the York Lions. Sinju Simbopa not going to take any chances. Clears that out to touch as Alex Lynn was coming out as well. And although the U of T Varsity Blues are 51 times OUA champions, they've only medaled 3 times at Nationals. And their last gold medal was in 1988. They won't have the opportunity to play for one this year. Their last medal in 2005. Chipped up along the far side of the pitch. And Justin Ferry will win a free kick along the far touchline. 58 minutes gone in this contest. A 2-0 lead for the Toronto Varsity Blues over the Cape Breton Capers. A chance to meet the UBC Thunderbirds in the consolation final tomorrow at 5 p.m. Nice one-touch passing through the midfield, and now here's Sharon Brand. Maybe a chance to counter here for CBU. Lays it off to the back post and sliding to make a great defensive play on the far side. Great work by Baines. CBC is your home for the Vanier Cup playoffs. Catch the 2025 UTEC and Mitchell Bulls next Saturday beginning at noon Eastern Time, and the 60th Vanier Cup championship game from Mosaic Stadium in Regina at 2 p.m. Eastern on November 22nd. Catch complete coverage of the Vanier Cup on CBC Television, CBC Gem, and CBCSports.ca. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. Played out to the top of the box. Trying to hold on to it are the Capers. Pumped right back in by Goldstein. Looking for Ferry, or Schifrin rather, will now take the throw. Nicola Schifrin, left-footed ball into the box, could be dangerous, but Alex Lynn can calmly claim it. Half an hour to go here in this contest. As it's put forward by White. Skips past Beecher. But Ferry able to move it back down the pitch. The lone man pressing is Sharon Brandt. And Alex Lynn will take no chances with that. Sends it out for a CBU throw-in. Hebert. Back from Schurenbrand, pardon me. And it stays in play. The flag of the AR doesn't go up. Sent out to the far side, settled at the top of the box. And great work by Baines on the far side to intercept that play. Ball's taken away from him by Ferry. And now swept across to Beecher. Andre Beecher, the fourth year out of Brampton, Ontario. And now maybe a chance here for Schurenbrand, being held in the box. And, I don't know about that. We'll have to take another look at it here, and we'll have a substitution. As it was a big battle, Schurenbrand was there. And somehow CBU being called on a foul there. That Shinji Simbopa, he just fell down. He lost his footing. No contact whatsoever. So Lillian Benjamin back into the game. And Thomas Elwahab also back into the game for CBU. That ball is chopped away by Ngonyu. Out to touch for a Caper throw. And now stolen on the far side. Chance here for U of T, but tracking back very well is Ferry, but they still have some work to do here, and then give it away. Top of the box, chip forward, and a bit dangerous from Goldstein as he looked to push over Preston, but no call there. Al-Wahab leaves that off, throw in U of T, and he'll punt it forward again. Preston. As Baines takes a tumble on the far side. And he'll take the throw in. The finance major out of Richmond, BC. Played for the Vancouver Whitecaps. Now CBU back in possession. Here's Beecher. Trying to move up with Benjamin. That pass just gets away from Pate. And now Benjamin up the near side again. Benjamin with Schurenbrand in the middle. And Hebert is forced back, and Ferry loses control of that, has to track back for it. Joe Mack. Oh, and Beecher sends it right off of Skirty. And luckily for Beecher that Skirty couldn't get onto that ball. That's a great run into the 18-yard box. And at the near post. Hebert just running out of room. That's a nice long ball. Trying to find Schifano. Skips away from him. And that was Cape Breton's first shot on goal through the entire contest. The first one that has forced Alex Lynn to actually make a save. And in the first half, it was Charles Dunvito. Up the near side. Here's Hallam. Keeps the ball in play along the near touchline. Crosses it in and sent back out. Appeals for offside. From Harrington, the ball does stay in play along the near side. And Beecher advances it. Oh, and a turn from Schurenbrand. Had his jersey tugged. And the referee, a late call. And reaching to his pocket will give a yellow card to Sinju Simbopa. Not sure why there was so much time in between the call. Schoenbrandt had to make a couple of gestures to the official. It seemed pretty blatant. And there wasn't really an advantage going for CBU at the time, but nonetheless, the whistle did sound. And Joe Mack will get us back underway. Here's Beecher. Oh, unlucky for Beecher. And it's out to touch. Here's Pate. Back to White. And Gunyu.
The officials have given a yellow card to the Varsity Blues.
Through the midfield, now Pate. Up to Hallam. He's being jockeyed on the near side. Hallam, a couple nice moves, and his jersey tugged as well. Nothing called there as Benjamin and Hallam go at it. And that goes past Benjamin, not off him. So it's a goal kick for Jack Harrington. Ferry. Up into the midfield for Johan Hébert from Gatineau, Quebec in his first year. Joe Mack calmly at the back while Skirty is applying a lot of pressure. Hébert tried to leave that. Comes to Hallam. Good battle between Hallam and Hébert, but Hébert will be called on the foul. Clipped the legs of Hallam, did Hébert. And now Schifano. Too far to go for goal, but we'll have the opportunity to dangerously float this one in. And once again, Sinju Simbopa moving up the pitch to be an offensive threat. We'll look for Ngonyu as well. Chung is forced back. Good pressure by Hébert. And then it's floated in and headed along, and a great save. But the offside flag raised anyways, as they were indeed looking for Ngonyu. .68 minutes gone in the game, and Jack Harrington, since coming on for Luca Pelagia, has been very busy, to say the least. Shots on goal 11-1 in favor of the Varsity Blues. We take another look at that. Header on, well offside though, is Ngonyu. But Harrington down to his left nonetheless to make the save. Put back in by Baines. And a good battle in the midfield. And Joe Mack, gets spilled on the far side. Play continues. And now the Varsity Blues switch the field and have a lot of room to work with here on the near side. White plays Hallam into the box. A bit of a shove from Beecher. Hallam off Beecher. And Beecher pulled down. And it will be a foul. Pardon me, it will be a corner awarded to U of T. So a corner here for Schifano to take. And a chance to add to their 2-0 lead. Schifano to the back post, and they find the target as they were trying to get Cedric Ngonyu loose. Oh, pardon me. Offside flag is raised. No goal. Must admit, didn't see the flag on the far side of the field. I thought he was in an onside position that time, but ahead of the play again. It was Ngonyu. Schifano trying to win that ball back. 70 minutes gone here. And 20 minutes remaining in the Capers season. If the score remains as it is. Take another look at that last corner. And hard to tell there, but now the Varsity Blues are in. And it's in. Finished off by Hallam. And that one will count. That long ball played up, and Hallam away from Beecher. A bit of contact there, but both at fault. And Nicholas Hallam scores his first goal of the 2025 U Sports Men's Soccer Championship. Nicholas Hallam, the kinesiology major out of Victoria, BC. Assisted by Jacob Preston. He's had a very impressive game as well as Jacob Preston in his second year from Toronto. And that was the Varsity Blues' 12th shot on goal. And Harrington just under the pump. So number 8, Evan Cunningham, will replace Hebert on the Cape Breton Capers. And Beecher will play it back to Harrington. The two top teams in Canadian football descend on Mosaic Stadium in Regina for the 60th Vanier Cup, Saturday, November 22nd. Get your tickets for the party on the prairies by visiting usportstickets.ca. The 2025 Vanier Cup on November 22nd in Regina. Chase the glory. As it's getting dark here in Toronto, only 3:07 p.m. local time on the campus of the University of Toronto. Feels like 5 degrees, humidity at 99%, and the wind whistling gusts up to 33 kilometers an hour down there. For these two teams, Cape Breton Capers down by 3. Their season seems to be ticking away. And nervous moments here. It'll come back to Skirty! Oh, too loose at the back for CBU. And Skirty has his second of the game. As we just see that too loose at the back from CBU, and already thinking about the game being done and not focusing on the game at hand. And Skirty, top class finish, bottom left corner for the first year. Now 2 goals in the U Sports Championship. He didn't play in the OUA playoffs and appeared in only 6 games during the regular season, but had 4 goals and 1 assist for 5 points through those 6 games, so no surprise that he's been able to find the back of the net a couple times throughout this game. So off the restart, it's now 4-0 for the hometown team, and it looks like they'll be playing for 5th on Saturday tomorrow at 5 p.m. as that's crossed into the 18-yard box, knocked away by the stringent U of T back four that only allowed 8 goals throughout the regular season.
In for number 10, Andre Stefano, in the 75th minute of the match.
Substitution pour les Varsity Blues de Toronto, numéro 11, Russell Stewart, remplace numéro 10, Andrea Stefano, dans la 75e.
And that's out to touch for a goal kick. And we'll step aside here. Here's Sinju Simbopa. Simbopa down to the turf as he tried to play that through. And Joseph Ferry now on the ball. Beecher. Now Joe Mack playing in his hometown right now in his 5th and final season with the Cape Breton Capers. One of 2 fifth years on this Caper team, himself and Goldstein. So still a young team for CBU to come back in later seasons, as now there's another chance here for U of T. Prested taken down, and the referee immediately signaling no to any penalty inquiries. White steals that away from Benjamin. And now through Stewart into the 18-yard box, cleared away from danger by Beecher. Out in the midfield, Chung rather. Benjamin for the Capers, now Goldstein. Skirty, 2 goals in the game for him. Leaves that off to the far wing. And U of T firmly in control. Into the 18-yard box and cleared away by Beecher. And now a word from one of our sponsors. Time ticking away in the Cape Breton Capers season as the official had moved over in front of the U of T bench. Well, pardon me, in front of the Capers bench. And I'm not sure if he issued a card or not, or if he was just giving a talking to Ryan Wadden, who was shaking his head there.
The officials have given a yellow card to the Cape Breton Capers, number 16, Johan Hebert.
So Johan Hebert,
in the 79th minute.
as heard over the PA system here at Varsity Stadium, was issued a yellow card. Now through the middle, Skirty. And U of T back in possession in the midfield. Chung trying to break his way through. Plays the far side, and that's thumped down by Goldstein and brought down coolly by Sinju Simbopa. Chung tries to sift that ball through. Now Benjamin. And all the way back to Harrington, who's got a long career ahead of him with the Cape Breton Capers. Has faced 13 shots on goal in this game. And that's just far too many for a team that won the gold medal in 2023. Another substitution here for the Capers.
Cape Breton Capers substitution coming in for the Capers is number 14, Ryan Wadden.
And Ryan Wadden will step back into the game. He started for Dino Morelli. So Matteo Goldstein heads off, and perhaps his last moment on a U Sports pitch as a player, as he's in his 5th and final season of eligibility. Harrington back underway quickly off the restart. And a nice little shimmy shake there on the far side, but they can't break through. U of T back the other way as Harvey Hughes was dispossessed. And Harrington up to Beecher.
A correction for a yellow card previously called for number 16 on Cape Breton Capers. The yellow card is for number 2, Max Peepgrass, in the 79th minute of the match.
So actually the card was not issued to number 16, Johan Hebert. It was to number 2, Max Peepgrass, over on the bench a couple moments ago. As this season for the Cape Breton University Capers seems to be winding down, but not to discount the fantastic season that they had in the OUS. They finished as the top seed for the 7th time in 10 seasons, not counting the COVID year. And since 2014, have not finished outside the top 2 except for 2024, which was the season following their U Sports gold medal win, in which they finished 5th in 2024, but outside of that, haven't finished outside the top 2. Jomack. Beecher now across. Ferry. And Harvey Hughes. And turning back the other way, U of T looking for more, poked through, and that's a solid foot from El Wahab. To clear that danger, and all the way back to Alex Lynn. Ngunyu up the pitch, cut down by El Wahab, and Mack will play it back to Beecher. Worked over by Colin Pate out of Curtis, Ontario, in his first year as well. Played all U-Sport playoff games, did Pate. Had a goal in 11 games played in the regular season as well for U of T, as that ball is played through. We're looking to find Prested. Prested, near side, looks to get a shot through on his left. Now Prested, it tips over top of Harrington, and that'll just about sum it up as it goes off of Beecher, and Harrington had no chance. And it's 5-0. And Prested, a good run up the near side and a couple nice moves away from El Wahab, and you can see the frustration shown by Andre Beecher there. Of course, nothing he could really do about it. He did the right thing to try to get down and block the shot, but that's just how it goes sometimes. And for the Capers, a disappointing way to cap off their 2025 season, but as mentioned before, not the only way that this campaign for the Capers should be remembered. And turning well in the midfield is Justin Ferry.
24, Jacob Preston in the 84th minute of the match.
Joe Mack. Now that's out to touch. And into the 18-yard box, a chance here, but it sails over top of the bar. And we'll step aside now for a word from one of our sponsors.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Chung. Poked forward. And now still going up the far side, and Beecher will be called on the foul. But nothing really could dampen the spirits of Gianluca Skirty with 2 goals in the game today. As Ferry as well. Down to the turf, but now back up to his feet. Take a look at that last collision. Beecher and just locking legs with Skirty. And the AR immediately flagging that down as we're in the 87th minute of play. 5-0 lead for the Varsity Blues over the Capers in this consolation semifinal. Earlier today, the Cape Breton University, the UBC Thunderbirds rather, took a 3-0 victory over the Dal Tigers, ending their 2025 campaign. And so the winner of this match will move on to face the Thunderbirds tomorrow at 5 p.m. Our only game on that's slated on CBC Sports. Up the near side. Preston gets onto it. In onside. Preston toward the penalty spot. And that goes past a couple of Blues. Sherwin-Brand in a battle for it. It will stay in along the far touchline. And just out as Ngunyu couldn't save it. Joe Mack in his final moments as a U Sports soccer player. Beecher, that's saved on the near side by Ryan Wadden. And it does stay in. White brings it back to Sinju Simbopa. And a poor one-touch back from Hallam gives possession back to CBU. Joe Mack up the far side, and that's pounded in by Harvey Hughes. Laid off for Hughes again by Mack. Watched closely by Stewart and into the 18-yard box, and the attack gone just as quickly as it came for the Capers. As we're inside the 89th minute of play here at Varsity Stadium. The Toronto Varsity Blues, although they were unable to get the win yesterday over the UQTR Patriots in front of a packed house, the weather a bit more nasty today as not as many fans out to see their hometown team play. We'll have a chance to play for 5th tomorrow evening. Joe Mack trying to win that ball back on the far touchline, and he does. And UBC will reset with El Wahab. Beecher, who despite everything since coming on as a second half substitute, has done very well. As we've hit 90 minutes of play. And we'll play at least one more minute in stoppage time. And the deal just about done for the Toronto Varsity Blues. Back into the midfield, Chung. Gets that forward. And it'll come to the top of the 18-yard box, and a chance perhaps for Prested. Still on the ball. Prested down by the goal line, and it will just ricochet to Jack Harrington. Prested, an assist on the goal by Nicholas Hallam. And a goal for him to cap it off to make it 5-0. As the final whistle sounds, the final score, 5 for the Toronto Varsity Blues over the Cape Breton University Capers. And the Toronto Varsity Blues will move on to face the UBC Thunderbirds in the consolation final tomorrow. So when we come back, we'll have the Nike players of the game and get you set for semifinal number 3 of the day. Thank you for sticking with us here. You've been watching U Sports on CBC, where champions are made.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Is Connor Harris, host convener for the 2025 U Sports Men's Soccer Championship. From the Cape Breton Capers, please put your hands together for number 11, Harvey Hughes, the Nike Team Player of the Game.
So welcome back to U Sports on CBC. The Nike players of the game, Harvey Hughes for the Cape Breton University Capers. His second year out of Southampton, Hampshire. And from the Toronto Varsity Blues with a goal and an assist in the game, number 17, Nicholas Hallam. A standout performance for him today. The 5'10", second-year kinesiology major out of Victoria, BC. And the Toronto Varsity Blues with a standout performance here over CBU. We'll take another look at the final stats in the game. The shots attempts, 21-8 for U of T. Shots on target, 15-1 over the Capers. Fouls 9-9 and corners 4-2 for U of T over the Capers. So the Capers feeling the blues here as they drop it 5-0 in Toronto. Our next game comes at 4 p.m. York at Montreal. You've been watching U Sports on CBC.
U Sports on CBC, presented by U Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Veriburn Medical Supply, Les Bag Baron Rings, a par and by BioSteel.